Hey everybody, uh, Graz here, GKBC. Um, I'm doing back-to-back Saga videos. Um, I'm not going to become a comic book channel. Does only comic book videos. Anyway, sorry. But I am here. Today we're going to talk about Saga, the next 6 chapters in my buddy read with Tad at Tad Reads Books and Stuff. We're at chapters 43 through 48. Penultimate bunch in what has been released so far. At least in this format, these hardcover books. They're still writing it. I think they're into the 60s. But Tad and I kind of agreed, not all at once, but he said it, and then I agreed and jumped on board that we want to stick with these hardcover books and not start reading like the individual issues. So might be a while before we get to book 4 because there isn't one. Anyway, before I get into that, I'm showcasing Mad Love by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. That is going to be the graphic novel that I read next month. It is the first appearance of Harley Quinn in comic book form. If this was actually the Batman Adventures, I think it's number 12, then it would be worth like $2,000. But it's just a graphic novel. So I'm interested to see her first appearance. But anyway, let's get into Saga from Book 3, issues 43 to 48. The only bad thing about all of this is I can't show you much. Because like almost every page pushes the boundaries. And I don't want to offend anybody with delicate sensibilities. So and for the between 9 and 20 people that usually view these, I don't want it to get taken down. So anyway, Saga, Book 3, issues 43 to 48. I'm going to be all over the place here. I'm not going to go in order. There is a backstory here for the will, where it shows him and Sophie, who was the brand. They're little kids, and their dad is abusive. And another freelancer shows up, and he's their uncle, the kid's uncle, and he says, "Well, when I'm on duty, please call me the Letter." And then he pulls out an axe and takes care of abusive daddy. But it's crazy because there's so many of these freelancers, and I would love to see like a roster sheet of all of these. Who they are and what they can do and their little sidekicks and stuff, because they are so cool. But it's kind of sad because in this story they be dropping bam, bam, bam. Hey, here's somebody really cool. Nope, he's dead. Here's somebody even cooler. Nope, she's dead. So, but that was kind of neat. The section opens. If you remember the end of last section, Alana fell and they lost their baby. It's deceased inside of her. And we find out that because it's a mix, and it's deceased inside, that it can't be birthed. So Alana has to go and find somebody that will take it out of her. And because she's so far along, it has to be an outlaw abortionist. But first they go to Abortion Town. It's literally Abortion Town, and they have a doctor sheriff. Can't make this stuff up unless you're Brian K Vaughn and Fiona Staples. But, whoo. The Dr. Sheriff tells Alana that she can't, she's too far along to have the procedure done, so she has to go to the outlaws on the other side of the planet. So that's going to be fun. What happens with that is they get there, and apparently she's doing this thing called forecasting, where she's using the powers of the spellcaster inside of her, the dead baby boy, to project her idea of what he would have grown up to be like at the same age that Hazel is. And the boy and Hazel kind of, they talk and stuff, and but by the time they get to the outlaw abortionist, she collapses, and the abortionist comes out, and it's a werewolf, or maybe not a werewolf. I guess it's an anthropomorphized wolf on 2 legs with 6 boobs, and she comes out with bloody hands, and they're like, "Okay, you need to stay away from us." "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't scrub out or scrub off after my last procedure." But anyway, so that's fun. In another point, we have a nice conversation between Hazel and Petrichor. If you remember, Petrichor is the hermaphrodite who's now taken over certain parts of the group, to like chores and stuff. It's weird. She's just another one of the stray dogs that they've collected on their mission, on their journey. Not actual dogs, but it's just an expression. But Petrichor is the hermaphrodite, and Hazel's asking her about a penis, and I'm scared because I've got wings and horns, and I have little girl parts now. But what if when I grow up I get boy parts, and I don't want to die? And Petrichor is freaking out about it, and then Hazel says, "While we're talking, can I ask you something about nipples?" And then Alana says, "Hey everybody, I'm back." And Petrichor goes, "Oh, thank God." So that was kind of fun. It's nice to see the human, so to speak, side of Petrichor, because she's just like this badass warrior type. And it's kind of neat to see her, show some emotions and stuff, because she's lonely and she just wants to have sex. And she finds that in Prince Robot 4, who makes some illusions that he could be fluid too. So that's kind of weird. Yeah. I guess I can try and show you this one part. Let me see. Where are you? I gotta tell you, Alana's my favorite character. And I am... Where'd it go? Big time. I'm sure this isn't going to come across. She's right here. Big time in love with cowgirl Alana. I love it. Her little bandana and stuff, and she's riding a horse. Alana's probably my new favorite character now that Isabel's dead. Again. But yeah, I love her. And then near the end, she starts having a little bit longer hair, and I like that's how they show a time jump. It's just well done. Okay, so Marco is cleaning out the sewage system of the spaceship, which means basically he's cleaning out the septic tank of the place, and he's spewing it all into this trench that he dug. Well, apparently the soil of this weird planet has microbes in it that mixes with the waste of beings and turns it into dung people. So here comes a dung version of each of the group coming out of this trench. And Prince Robot 4, his real guy, he can turn his arm into a gun and kill people. Well, the dung one turns his arm into a gun and shoots poop at people. And I'm like, man, what are they going to come up with next? Are you kidding me with this book? Dung people. I mean, they're dispatched when they discover that Alana has weird half-breed powers because of the baby inside of her. So she's like shooting laser beams from her hand and stuff. So, and then, just when you thought it couldn't get much weirder, here comes cowboy bandits. Right? Okay. The dad is just a regular cowboy, human. But the mom and the son that they had are centaurs, which is basically a human torso on a horse body. So that means that this guy had sex with a horse and made a baby. So that's kind of neat. And they're bandits. And it's kind of cool. And you meet them because they show up and they kill these other two people who are looking for the abortionist. And they think that that's I don't know. They're going to rob them, and the guy goes, the guy with the baby they want to get rid of it goes for his gun, and the kid centaur blows him away, and then the pregnant girl goes for her gun or something, and the mom kills her, and I don't know. And then they hunt Petrichor, and they're going to hang her, and she's defiant right to the end. It's really cool. And then Robot 4 comes back and saves her, and then they have their sex moment. But anyway, the bandits were neat. Centaur bandits. I mean, seriously. And then there's a really cute thing where they're talking about violence and how Marco's trying to say that you don't always need violence. And Petrichor says, but there's violence in everything. And she makes a list of stuff, and one of them is foreplay, which most of us know what foreplay is. But Hazel, being a little kid, doesn't know what it means, and she goes, I want to foreplay! And it's just so adorable, her innocence. And the fact that none of the adults even blink an eye when she says this, it's hilarious. Oh, and there's another great scene where when the turd people or dung people come at him, Hazel, and I apologize in advance, I try not to swear too much on this thing for my daughter, but this is just hilarious. Hazel goes, oh, fucking! And Alana says, or Marco says, watch your language, young lady. And then Alana says, and you're still not even using it right. So it's kind of cute because she doesn't quite know what words mean yet, and it's adorable. And anybody who's actually had a kid knows that that's true. We still kind of chuckle about stuff our daughter said when she was little before she knew what stuff meant. So, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a quick story. We like The Big Bang Theory here. And there's an where Howard crashes the Mars rover. And he does his best to show that nobody knows that he did it. And at the end it says that because he crashed it, it may be the first indication that there may have been life on Mars. And Howard's watching the TV and he goes, son of a bitch. And our daughter was, I think, 2, at the time, watching this with us, and she went, son of a bitch! We still laugh about that. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was AJ behind the camera chuckling still. So Hazel is well written for, a kid learning things. And like I said, the werewolf is amazing. And she looks terrifying, but apparently she does her job. So, now, if you remember in the last issues, the Will got kidnapped by somebody. And Sweet Boy, his dog companion, got taken down. Well, we find out what happened with that. The will is now being tortured. Sweet Boy is now a rug, and the person who took it, who did this to them, has this amazing VCR contraption that is when you attach the stuff to a person, you can, like a movie on TV, you can literally watch their memories, which would be scary. I kind of wrote down, I want her VCR, or do I? Because the memories aren't clouded. They're pure. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to hook up to somebody and I'm going to see what you want me to see. No, I'm going to see what actually happened. And that's kind of scary. So she's watching the Will's life to find people to hurt. Because I guess on one of the Will's jobs, he killed the man that this person loved. And she takes off her mask and she's like a mole person. Like an actual, like with a mole face or something. I don't really know. It looked like a mole to me. And she's flabbergasted that the Will doesn't remember who her boyfriend was. But then they're going to go get, I think, Gwendolyn now. And they're already on this thing that it's like a giant jellyfish planet spaceship deal. I don't know. But they're on their way to, she's still got the Will hooked up, and they're going to hunt down some people that the Will supposedly cares for. So it's kind of neat. And then at the end, we finally, Robot 4 and the group on the spaceship make it back to wherever Goose and Frendo, the big walrus, the two reporters, and Robot 4's kid, Squire Robot. That's where they left them. And so there's a nice reunion between Robot 4 and his son. And then Hazel and Squire hit it off. And it says something about she just discovered another brother. So that's kind of neat, I guess. So I guess, I mean, I miss Isabel quite a bit. They brought her up. Hazel sings the dumbest song that I guess Isabel sang to her when she was trying to get her to go to sleep. And that's cute. Our cats are having fun in the hall. That's okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Let's see. Anything else? Here's Alana now, showing her stomach with her longer hair, right there. She's very well drawn, and I think probably shouldn't be in love with a fictional character, but hey, what are you gonna do? Oh, and I guess Goose and the reporters are starving, and they want to kill and eat Frendo. Well, Goose doesn't, but the reporters do. But first they go out to try and hunt something. I can't remember what it's called. But they go out to hunt it, but they're invisible until they're dead. Except the TV heads, the TV heads can see their insides, which is insane. So Squire and Goose go off to hunt this thing for food, and it's got Goose, and it throws him, and Squire's got it in his sights with a bow and arrow, and he's looking into its eyes, and he can't. He lowers his bow. He's like, I couldn't slay it. I'm really sorry. So that was kind of poignant. Let's see, maybe I can show you a shot from that part. It's called a dreadnought, and here he is, just with his insides, like his brain and his eyeballs and whatever. So that was neat. So again, I'm going to copy Tad and say beautiful chaos, because that's what this book is all about. And I can't wait to hear what Tad has to say. We seem to always manage to find things and talk about things that the other one, for some reason or another, didn't. But that's Saga, issues 43 to 48. This is Mad Love, Batman Adventures. One small, quick reading update. I've had a great month. I'm near the end of finishing my 23rd book of the month. Not bad. Carry On Comfort by Dan Simmons is, I'm actually reading 2 books, and I'm probably going to finish them both. So that'll be 22 and 23. Carry On Comfort by Dan Simmons, and then Goddess, The Many Lives of Marilyn Monroe. They're good. I've had a good month. So, looking ahead, you will probably watch or be seeing this video for the first time on my channel on Sunday, the 30th. And then maybe on Monday, I'll have a hopeful TBR for May. I'm going to seriously challenge myself. I'm going to see if I can read 10,000 pages in a month. And then the day after, I'm going to have a wrap-up video. So, and then later on in the week, I'm going to do a 5 ups and downs, so to speak, of Bart J. Gilbertson's book, Death, Bed, and Breakfast. So, that's what I have for you tonight. If you like Saga, please tell me. If Tad or I have led you to want to read Saga, let one of us know. I mean, he'll tell you in his videos every time, and you know, I'll say it now. We love comments. We love the discourse. So get with us about this. Oh, also coming up soon, I'm gonna have I'm gonna start my series on my 10 favorite H.P. Lovecraft stories. So watch out for that too. But Saga, issues 43 to 48, buddy read with Tad. And until next time, keep reading.